Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. We are continuing with our special series today, evaluating a document that was filed on February 27th, 2023, that is entitled Memorandum in Support of Motion to Unseal Court Record Regarding Conflict Issues of Defense Counsel. This is in the case styled as Idaho versus Kohberger, and this relates to alleged conflicts or potential conflicts of Ms. Taylor and Taylor, according to this memorandum, which was filed that day, the 27th of February, by Shannon Gray, who is an attorney representing victim Kaylee Concalves' family. And he states here that the court held a hearing regarding conflict issues of defense counsel Ms. Taylor on January 27, 2023, and that the parties present at that hearing were defense counsel and Ashley Jennings, representing the Latah County Prosecutor's Office. He goes on to state, I am not aware of any other counsel that was present at the hearing, and he's also not aware that anyone other than the parties mentioned above were even notified of the hearing on the matter. So if you look at the docket, the notice of hearing does not appear noticing this matter for hearing on January 27th, 2023. So he goes on to state that the only way that he and his clients, the Concalves family, learned that this hearing even happened was that they met with the Latah County Prosecutor's Office and investigators on February 8th, 2023, and apparently received details about this January 27th hearing and who was present and what happened. Or he says we would have never known that such a hearing even took place. The memorandum goes on to cite law, and it gives the specifics that Ms. Taylor was representing, according to this memorandum, the mother of victim Xana Kernodle at the time that she agreed to take on Brian Kohberger for the case styled before this court. And he is alleging that that's Ms. Taylor, withdrew from further representation of Ms. Kernodle, that's Kara Kernodle, is Xana's mother, in order to represent Mr. Kohberger. So he goes on to state that there was, he thinks, a very, very minimal record that was made. He understands that the prosecutor's office didn't make any objections, and that the only testimony that was taken that day was of Ms. Taylor herself by the court. So he is asking, on behalf of the family, that this record be unsealed so that he and the world would be able to learn what specifically occurred at that hearing and what the ruling was. And we can presume that since she continued to represent Mr. Kohberger through the time of the filing of this document, that the court didn't find that there was any conflict of interest in that Ms. Taylor was representing Kara Kernodle at the time that she agreed to take on this case for the murder of Ms. Kernodle's daughter, Xana, alleging that Mr. Kohberger was the perpetrator. As we've said, he remains innocent until such time that he is adjudicated guilty in a court of law or that he pleads guilty. To learn what happens next, please join us for a future episode when we will detail what the court's ruling was. And until our next episode in this series, where we will evaluate a number of documents that were filed at the end of February, I thank you for joining us today and hope that you will join us again.